Hi, I'm Jackie from the House Malvern team, and today I'm going to show you how to make some very simple French crepes. We're going to whip up a very quick batter and then we're going to cook them in the beautiful ID3 hard anodized crepe pan. So to start, we just crack in 3 eggs, 1, 2, 3, cup of milk and a little pinch of salt just for flavour. And whisk all that together very quickly, just incorporating those eggs and milk. Lovely quick whisk. Then I'm just going to sift half a cup of plain flour in. We sift it in just to aerate a little bit, just to make the mixture a little bit lighter. We only need to use plain flour because of course we're making crepes, the lovely light, lacy, thin French crepes, not the fat pancakes where we would normally use self-raising flour. So we give that a quick whisk. It's a very light, runny mix. You will find also it's a little bit lumpy, but that's to be expected. That's all good. Now, ideally, we leave this sit for about 15 minutes to half an hour. You can even leave it in your fridge overnight if you like, just to let the gluten relax and also for the flour to incorporate into the other ingredients, and the result is a much lighter crepe. Now that batter has been sitting for about 15 minutes or so, which is perfect. It's a lovely silky batter, no lumps, all ready to go. So we're heating up the crepe pan here. Now I'm going to put a little bit of butter in, simply for flavour. The hard anodised surface doesn't need anything to stop it from sticking, but this little butter will give beautiful flavour to our crepes. 2 tablespoons of batter is all you need. Pop it in the middle of the pan, and then you just swirl your pan around so you get it all around the edges, so you get a lovely lacy finish. Now the first one is often a little bit of a disappointment. I just call it my practice one. Usually the shape's not always quite right. Sometimes it's also about just getting your heat right. Sometimes it might be a bit too high, a bit too low. This is looking really lovely actually. So what we need to do is just wait. You can actually see the surface of the crepe just starting to dry out a little bit. So that shows that it's cooking beautifully. Now when you can see that it's all dry and it's starting to curl up a little bit around the edges, that's when you know that we're ready to flip it. The first side always takes that little bit longer as well than the second side, because that's just when the heat is incorporating into the crepe. So when you flip it over, you really just need to touch the surface for a minute and then it'll be done. So this is almost ready to flip. Now while we're just waiting for that to cook, I'll just talk to you a little bit about fillings. There's no end to the sort of fillings you can do in crepes. Of course, the beautiful old lemon and sugar is always a winner. My family personally love a very decadent Nutella, banana and cream. I like just a bit of butter and maple syrup, but also savoury crepes are also lovely to have. So there we go, that's, as you can see, that's curling up beautifully. I've got a little bit of high heat there. I might need to turn it down just a touch, but that second side barely needs any time at all and it'll be done. But a beautiful lacy edge on that, as you can see. And then we're ready to go with the next one. This batter will make a really lovely little pile of crepes for you in a very short space of time. I think crepes is one of the most satisfying things to make because it looks and feels so professional and yet it's so easy to do. It's one of my little tricks anyway. Sometimes I'll whip up a batch of these for dessert when I have friends around, and they're often very impressed, and yet it's so simple. So there you go. That batter made a stack of about half a dozen crepes. Fast, easy, really delicious. So off you go, whip up a batch and fill it with all sorts of delicious ingredients.